Welcome, beloved sisters, to Lady Somerset's Roundtable, where we speak with truth, gather in grace, and sit in a sacred stillness. Today, I invite you to lean in closely as we explore a question that is both ancient and urgent. What does it mean to be a woman of faith? This isn't just a title, it's a calling, a way of being, a daily choice. Because faith is not just something you have, it's something you live. A woman of faith walks differently. She listens for more than just noise. She listens for divine instruction. She doesn't simply react, she responds from a place of stillness. And here's something I want you to reflect on. Faith does not erase the fire, it refines you through the fire. Too many of us are waiting for life to calm down before we walk in obedience. But a woman of faith moves even in the storm because she trusts the voice that told her to go. My sisters, faith is obedience with no visible outcome. It is trusting that your yes has value, even when it doesn't yield applause. I want to speak to the woman who's tired. You've been faithful, but unseen. You served, but uncelebrated. You've sown in silence while others reaped loudly. Let me tell you this. Heaven has recorded every tear, every sacrifice, every act of quiet obedience, and even if no one else saw it, God did. Being a woman of faith doesn't guarantee ease. It guarantees depth. It gives you roots and sometimes it gives you wings. We often think faith is about strength, but more often it's about surrender. Surrendering the timeline, surrendering the need to control, surrendering your image to be transformed by His likeness. And sometimes faith looks like staying. Other times it looks like walking away with peace. Sometimes it's waiting. Other times it's building in the dark while no one is clapping. A woman of faith doesn't just believe for things. She believes through things. Scripture doesn't just give us examples, it gives us mirrors. Think of Ruth, who chose faith over familiarity. Deborah, who stood with courage when men hesitated. The woman with the issue of blood who reached through the crowd when society told her she just didn't belong. Each of these women made a decision to believe beyond the visible. Now that's faith. I ask you now, sister, where have you stopped believing? What part of your soul has grown quiet from disappointment? Have you reduced your faith to what feels safe, predictable, explainable? A woman of faith doesn't live in denial, but she refuses to live in defeat. You were made to walk in boldness, not spiritual burnout. So take inventory. Are you nurturing your faith? Or are you just wearing it? Are you living from a well or surviving off drops? A woman of faith is not defined by perfection. She's marked by pursuit. She is the one who wrestles and still worships. She is the one who doubts and yet decides, nevertheless, I will follow. She builds altars in the wilderness. She sings while sowing seeds. She blesses others while bleeding herself. And yet, she believes again. My sisters, to be a woman of faith is to live a life of holy contradiction. When we are weak and still victorious, we are broken and still beautiful. We are waiting and still walking. This is not just a round table. This is a sacred space. And you, woman of faith, You belong here. Until next time, remain rooted in truth, wrapped in grace, and radiant in your pursuit of God. This is Lady Somerset, and I'll see you again at the table.